Hello and welcome to another episode of Tips and Ideas with Ed Wallace of Midwest Landscaping, www.uniqueenvironments.com. Well, we're here, and here in California, we call this, in the movie industry, a wrap. We have the masonry work done here at the project in Westminster, and just to give you a walkthrough showing you what was done, we installed a new wall here, a little sitting wall. And the guys did the stucco work yesterday, so all the stucco is done. And we have our pathway. Before there was a pathway only. The only way you can get to the front door was actually from the driveway. So you take the driveway up and came up the sidewalk there to go up to the front. So now we've included this, the designer, Rob Moore of California Native Landscapes. He designed this project, and he designed in a pathway where it comes in from the sidewalk in through the middle of the lawn up to the front door. So now you have two entry points to get in. So we did a concrete set of the steps going up to the front door. And let me point out something about the front door. We have all new pavers installed. There used to be a tile on the concrete sidewalk, and the guys took the tile out, and we installed this beautiful interlocking paver or sidewalk in the front entryway. And we did a new railing. The old railing was rusted out and wobbly, so we took the railing down and redid the railing and included a new design. Actually, the design that was already established here on the top deck of the house, they had a wrought iron up on the top, so we basically duplicated that design concept of the swirls down to the actual entry railing here, the handrail. My guys did a fantastic job in forging the wrought iron. It's really a lot of attention to detail. As you can see here, it's a lot of attention to detail. Everything was all hand forged and reinstalled. The masons came through and did a fantastic job on camouflaging out and just doing a perfect job of setting the pavers for the entryway. We have to change out this valve here. This valve is leaking. This valve is actually a valve that controls the water for the irrigation system around the whole house. So we got to change that valve out, that old gate valve to a ball valve. We installed a new drainage system here from the fountain. It comes down, it goes along here. In previous videos you've seen where we have a vault that's installed right in this area here, basically a drainage vault towards this water will percolate back into the landscape before it goes out. On the end down here, it comes out here on this end, and we have a pop-up where this pop-up right here, it comes up once the water reaches a certain level, and it'll run off into the gutter here in the street. But that comes all the way back from the back. There's a fountain back there where it has a drain system, and so this drain is tied in for that. This wall is incredibly beautiful. Really great job by Brad Gill and his crew at Gill Hardscape Incorporated. They're based out of Los Alamitos, California. I worked with Brad now for over 20 years, and he's a fantastic gentleman and an unbelievable hardscape contractor. He's third generation from the Gill family, so I really appreciate his work. Whenever we do work together, it's always a joy to do work with Brad and his crew. They're very detail oriented like myself, and as you can see, they cleaned up the job site really well, and everything is looking really good. This planter bed over here, we'll be able to do the retrofitting for this planter bed to put in irrigation. We do have a sleeve that goes underneath to the other side of the driveway there. So those flags will point out where the sleeve is, so we can be able to run, if necessary, irrigation lines and low voltage lighting lines along there. We included this wall. We installed this wall here to separate the properties, and we also had this sidewalk poured here. This concrete slab walkway was poured a couple days ago, so it's ready to walk on. We redid the hose bibs. We gotta put in a new hose bib there. So it's got a ball valve in there right now just to keep the water shut off. As you come back here to the back, as you can see, they have the concrete done back here. The slab, we did a slab back here, concrete, so the homeowner can come out and set his garbage cans over in this area here. We moved the valves from over in this area here. We moved them over to this side here underneath the concrete, and we have inline valves. We have some hydro rain push fit inline valves that we put in here, and we're going to reset the pavers. So we took the pavers out, and they will be reset in concrete and some new pavers added. And just to do a quick walkthrough of the backyard, we have the demo done of the yard, and here the back patio. The back patio has been redone, so the pavers have been added to the back patio. And tomorrow we'll come through and do a root grind of these particular roots that basically went along the edge where there was a mold strip in here. So the mold strip was taken out. So in order to put in decomposed granite, we're going to have to grind out these roots along this edge here. So we're going to do that tomorrow, and then all the demo from the standpoint of getting the wire prep is redone. There was a trellis on here. We cut that trellis out, took the trellis out, took the post out. The client didn't like it. It had termite damage to it too, so we took it out. We actually cleaned this fountain up and got it all clean as best as possible, and redid the valve here. There was a gate valve in here that needed to be replaced, so we replaced it with another valve for ball valve, and that's the drain that goes out to along the side there. And so there will be another flagstone steps goes over to the patio here. So we're going to reset those next week in concrete, and along the edge here there will be a gravel buffer zone for a splash and whatnot, because there will be decomposed granite in his backyard, along with landscape plant material, drought tolerant landscape plant material, per design by Rob Moore, California Native Landscape Designs. So that's where we're at. A lot of progress is done. We have a wrap on the concrete from the standpoint of the front. The guys got to come back next week and work on the flagstone steps. I got to do my due and tomorrow with the stump grinding and getting rid of these surface roots, so we can be able to go down a certain amount of inches for decomposed granite that's going to be installed all in the backyard. There will be new landscape lights, so these lights will come out. We're contemplating changing these valves out to putting new valves in, new anti-siphon valves, because these valves have been in there for over 20 years, so we'll probably just change them out. And we have our controller in, so we have a new Wi-Fi controller that's pretty much ready to go. So there we go. That's our update here in Westminster. We have a wrap on the concrete in the front. Everything is looking fantastic, and we're ready for the next phase, which is going to be the artsy-fartsy part of the project, which is the landscape, and also the dry stream bed. There will be a dry stream bed that comes off of the drain here. There's a gutter over there on the side of the house. We're going to design a dry stream bed that's going to come into the middle of the yard, so that water will be displaced into the middle, into some plant material, but also will be kept onto the property. So there you go. A couple weeks. Fantastic work by my team member Gil Hardscape out of Los Alamitos. Zed Wallace. Tips and ideas. www.uniqueenvironments.com.